You are looking live at the pool at Ann Arbor Skyline for the 2022 Boys Michigan Water Polo Association State Championship, pitting the West Region champion Hudsonville Eagles and the East Region champion Ann Arbor Pioneers. This should be an excellent contest. Harrison Watt alongside Joey Sutherland here on the call today.
And we're getting right now, I believe there will first be the introduction of every player on both teams here. So that'll, Harrison, give us an opportunity while they're going through that to take a look at the games here from today. In the 7th-8th place game, it was Ann Arbor Huron over Groves. Entertaining game. Groves made a push at the end, but it was still just too much Huron as they defeated Groves 12-10 in our 10 o'clock game. The second game today was the battle of 5th, 6th place, and in that game it was the Wildcats of Jenison High School defeating the Buccaneers of Grand Haven in a very good back and forth game, 9-7. That was one that the momentum kept going back and forth on us in that game, and it was just a very entertaining game. And if you just missed the game that just ended, it was Skyline in their home pool with a victory over Rockford 10-6. And it was a game where actually, as Zach and I talked about in the previous broadcast, Rockford won 3 of the 4 quarters, but Skyline scored a bunch in that second quarter to overtake a 3-2 deficit, score the next 8 straight goals en route to that victory.
Well, it's interesting you say that because I talked to Don Packard. I talked to Josh Aaron as well before the game. We'll start with Don Packard. Don said, we can be in this game if 2 things happen. 1, we can dictate the pace of play. 2, we can prevent the big Hudsonville run in the second half, because that's in the third quarter. That's when Hudsonville gets away from teams, because they can make a big run. If Pioneer can close that gap and not allow that run, they're going to be in this game at the end. For Josh Aaron's squad, again, they got to dictate the pace of play. If they dictate the pace of play, nobody in the state can hang with them. 4 left-handers in the starting lineup. They've got 2, if not 3, of the best left-handers in the entire state on that team. And a goaltender that I don't think enough people talk about, Cooper Randall, is fabulous.
I had a chance to chat with Cooper Randall. Actually, he was with Ethan Holwerda along with Micah Bale here a couple games ago, and just had a chance to talk to him on the bench. These are kids that have been playing together since they were in 5th grade. They know each other so well. They've worked together so long. And the truth of the matter is, I found one of the most interesting things in that conversation. 2 of the 3 did not like to ever have anything talk about them personally, including Micah Bale. You would think somebody who is such a dominant force in the pool would not be as humble as he is, but he is so beyond humble that he honestly asked if we as the MWPA and as our broadcasting crews could focus as much on the defensive players who don't get as much love because they don't score the goals.
I want to bring up one thing you just said. You said the Hudsonville players have been playing together since they were in the 5th grade. You want to know how you get as good as Hudsonville and that program's gotten? You start early and you play for a long time and you play together. You can only get so good in a 12-week MWPA season. You have to play more polo than that. That is why they are the state's dominant force right now.
Yeah, and bringing that one up, it's funny because that was another point that Zach and I had in the previous game, and that's the fact with us going back to the fall, you have no chance here as we're going to go to the national anthem. We'll be right back.
We'll take a quick break here for the anthem. Thanks, Joe. Just about that time. Hudsonville in the white caps to our right, Pioneer in the purple and dark uniforms to our left. The Hudsonville cheering section's right beneath us, so we're sure you'll hear plenty of that. Pioneer to our left. It's purple, it's gold. A lot of Navy as well in the crowd for Hudsonville. Nice and loud here at Ann Arbor Skyline.
And a golden opportunity here to make history if it is Hudsonville winning. Now it would be their 4th straight championship, but what makes that really remarkable, Harrison, is it would be the 4th straight year that both the boys and the girls of Hudsonville have won the MWPA state championship.
It's just a testament to, you said it, they started playing together in the 5th grade. It's not just the boys that do it, the girls do it too. On Pioneer's side, you have a lot of guys playing Wolverine water polo, which is a great program over here under Ashley Hauer. Get a lot of help from the University of Michigan squad and Josh Hauer as well. A lot of brilliant polo people here on the east side. So it's not like these guys are strangers to playing either. Cooper Randall getting fired up as he's getting prepared to get in the net. Matthew Ruel to our left will get the start in goal for Pioneer. Ruel struggled in the first game yesterday, came back and was lights out in game 2 in the semifinal.
And really, truthfully, I thought, looking back at your stream yesterday, the second half of that first game, he started to get his bearings and really improve his play.
On the sprint for either team, it'll be Casey Fields for Hudsonville and Gabe Sanchez-Burks for Pioneer. The officials in this game are Johnny Smith and Austin Myers.
2 rock-solid officials here for this game. I think we're going to see great officiating and definitely going to see great water polo.
It means something when you realize that all these officials are requested by the coaches that are on the game because of how high quality they are. In the middle of the pool, it's dropped. Sanchez-Burks was there first but missed the ball. It's won back by Casey Fields. So Hudsonville with the first possession. Up top, they'll start it out with Tyler Chalmers. Chalmers the lefty. Chalmers a good water polo family. And an exclusion there. Not hearing the whistle was Matt DeBona out there.
And that's the difference right now. This crowd is very loud. It is.
DeBona doesn't realize he's been kicked out, and now he'll come out of the game finally.
With only 10 seconds on the exclusion left.
Near side Fields, couple of pump fakes up top. Here's Hallwerda. Hallwerda far side shot. Skip shot, they score! Early 1-0 lead for Hudsonville. 6:33 to go in the first.
What a skip shot there from the wing from Hallwerda. That is not an angle that's always advantageous to that skip shot. Somehow he buried it like it was no problem.
I think potentially the noise up here might have created some confusion for Matt DeBona on that exclusion. I don't think he heard the ordinary foul initially. And now the officials are warding the team benches behind the goal line.
They want the coaches to go back beyond the team, and I think that's actually going to be an advantage right now. It's going to be difficult for the assistant coaches over here to get further back. They're going to tell them, go grab another chair and move some of the kids.
Haul it back. Johnny Smith talked to both teams about that. So we get a little bit of a break, and Pioneer gets a chance to mentally reset down 1-0, 27 seconds into the contest.
If that was something that was requested there by Don, that's just another one of those chess matches.
Up top, here's Luke Packard, son of Don Packard, the head coach of Pioneer. Sanchez-Burks with it on the outside. Hard to generate offense against a good defensive team like this. 13 on the shot clock. Sanchez-Burks threw it away, taken away that time. Great defense by Ethan Hallwerda. Hallwerda's got a little bit of a lane up the middle of the pool. They're going to have to switch defensively here. Up the right side, not ready for it was Chalmers. Reaches back, gets it. Chalmers has it. Drops it back up top. Here's Ethan Dennis. Dennis near side. Fields. Fan stood up quick. There's a pass into the middle for Hallwerda, and just missing it was Ethan Hallwerda on the tip towards the goal. And an exclusion coming back down the pool.
Jared Staten.
And now an opportunity here for Pioneer. It's Gabe Almeida. Had a great day yesterday. Almeida has a man coming to the middle of the goal. Instead, he's going to drop it back and just get reset here.
Great job there by Hudsonville, not showing fear when that kick out came.
Up top, Packard. Far side, Edwards. Back to Packard. Packard, near side, Almeida. Back to even. Almeida leans in, shoots, and a big stop by Cooper Randall.
Now, honestly, the 6-on-5 was coming to an end, but I don't necessarily like that shot selection there. It was a tough angle, and I think he could have went back up one to get a better look.
5:08 to go in the first. 1-0 Hudsonville in front. Hawarda leans back, tried the shot. He's fouled out there. Drive coming. Pioneer trying to get back in good defensive position. Up top, opportunity here for Hudsonville to make it 2-0. Way out there, that's Dennis, the lefty. Dennis throws it into center, taken away. Great play by Packard, who is defending Micah Bale heavily. Packard's up the pool, trying to cut off Bale. Packard looks up. Packard looking for help. Flips this one ahead to Almeida. Almeida has it on the outside, down in the right corner. Almeida fouled out there, looking for help in the middle. Can't have Gam Sanchez-Burks. The crash came as a triple team. Near side Almeida. Almeida's got a man up top if he can find him, and an exclusion on the drive up top. That's Jared Staten to the corner.
That's 2 on Staten now.
Up top, here's Edwards, works it in, dropped it back, skip shot, and it died in the water. DeBona forcing the shot. And a steal here for Pioneer. There's an open goal if they can get it there. Here's Edwards. They work their way back out. Edwards is in, the shot, big stop by Cooper Randall again.
And you're going to hear the crowd go, "Coo, coo, Coop." And that they love this goalie, Cooper Randall.
So Hudsonville evading some danger there with a turnover and a second exclusion on starter Jared Staten. Up top, they work it around. Here's Fields. Fields waiting for a driver to move out of the way. Here's Dennis up top at the point. Big crash in the middle. They don't want Micah Bale to get the ball down there. They throw it in the middle. Here's Hawarda, leans back, tried the shot. Hit hard that time by Sanchez-Burks, no foul.
Boy, I think there was a lot of people on the Hudsonville side who thought that might have been an exclusion, but Ann Arbor says, no, we're going back the other way, and Pioneer setting up offensively.
Here's DeBona. DeBona, couple of pump fakes to the top side, give it to Sanchez-Burks, leans back, picks it up. 13 on the shot clock. Near side, here's Packard. Packard walks his way in. Packard thinking about it. Back to Sanchez-Burks, leans backwards. Sanchez-Burks got to get rid of it out there. 3 on the shot clock. Now he's going to smartly dump this into the corner and come back on defense.
That's one of those ones where if you're Hudsonville, you're saying, hey, I'm okay with how that one finished up. Great defensive work at the end there for the Eagles.
1-0 Hudsonville, 3:05 to go in the first. Way outside, here's Hawarda looking to the middle. Crash comes from the top side. Good help defense that time by Farmer. Farmer is in trouble. Farmer, and they've given it to Pioneer, and that was a tough call there. Hudsonville fans didn't like it.
Back quickly up the pool it comes.
DeBona's got it. DeBona walks it up, looking for help. DeBona draws it in. Got it out there. Got a driver coming along the 2-meter line. Draws the foul out near 5. Way back to mid-pool. 10 on the shot clock. Here's Packard. Packard. Near side, Edwards. Edwards to Sanchez-Burks. Sanchez-Burks, 3 on the shot clock. Sanchez-Burks got to get rid of it. Leans in, takes the lob shot. Save, rebound. It's on the doorstep. Almeida could not get. Now he does get back to it. And Pioneer hangs on to the ball. Up top, coming in is the late man, DeBona. DeBona's got all kinds of room. Couple of pump fakes. Back to Almeida. Almeida's got a sharp angle. Couldn't take the shot. Back to DeBona up top. DeBona's got it. Looking for Almeida in the corner. Almeida out there. Ordinary foul. Inside 5. Gives it back to Packard. Half a shot clock remains. Packard leans in. The shot. Big stop by Cooper Randall. Moving to his left with a lunge.
Boy, that was opportunity after opportunity there for Pioneer, unable to capitalize because of great defense and stick-to-itiveness by the Eagles, and not to mention Cooper Randall playing phenomenal goalie.
Cooper Randall has been excellent in this one so far. Into center. Here's Hawarda, leans back. Crash comes a step late. It'll be Hudsonville's ball. Bale in to grab it. Throws it into center. Hawarda trying to lean back. Another foul there from the back by Packard. Packard looking for help. Double set here for Hudsonville now. Hawarda will move out. Now they're going to isolate Bale down there. A long loping shot that gets flown over top of the cage and missed.
Still only 1-0 with 1:43 to go as Pioneer brings the ball up the pool, trailing by 1.
Pioneers had the better chances so far, just have not converted. Here's Packard up top. Packard walks it in. Bale coming to him. Packard leans back into the corner here. Here's Farmer, brings it down to 2. Across, a chance here for Pioneer, trying to stuff it in short side and ripped over top of the goal that time by Matt DeBona.
Boy, that was a nice last-second crash there by Casey Fields defensively that stopped the look.
And we have a cap off I think that's Chalmers who's missing the cap. He's going to be made to go pick that up.
And now it's going to be, that's been so long since he lost the cap, he's got to look all over the place to find it.
Yeah, a lot of square footage at the bottom of that pool. He's found it. So Hudsonville will get the ball in the front court. Full shot clock. Minute 21 to go.
They're telling these guys to relax a little bit since it's not live ball right now. You're seeing the aggressive man-to-man play right now.
Packard had his hands up that time as Bale and Packard battling it out in center. Gabe Sanchez-Burks turns back and says, hey, let's not get into it right now. Let's not make any mistakes we don't need to. Already down 1-0 to Hudsonville. Hallwerda, near side, Fields into center, leans back, good steal, but it came right back to Chalmers, and Chalmers draws the ordinary. Chalmers is wide open in front of the goal, and it's going to be an offensive here on Hudsonville.
They had the player ran away or swam away from the ball, and that's what was the call there.
Winged up the pool hard by Ruel, who's got a monstrous arm. Near side, here's Almeida trying to draw his way in. Almeida's been a big player so far this weekend for Pioneer. Got a lot done for them yesterday. Up top, they give it to DeBona out there. DeBona draws the foul. DeBona drops it back to Sanchez-Burks into the middle. Here's Edwards. Edwards leans in the shot. He scores. We're tied. 50 seconds to go in the first. It's 1-1.
Edwards, but what about that pass? That was tic-tac-toe, 2 good passes, and really as great as Cooper Randall has played, you cannot have the ball cycle around that much without a person on a defender respectively and not expect inside 5 meters to find the ball in the back of the net.
Up top, Hudsonville off the reset. They're running a drive. Good defense out there by Almeida on field. Tried to take it away, and it's an ordinary way out past mid-pool. Thrown up, 50-50 ball. DeBona's after it. Ordinary foul out there. Opportunity for Dennis. Pops the ball, trying to go into the double set here. And a ball under. Good play by Packard to create the ball under from the side.
I tell you, that matchup in the whole sets, both on both sides of the pool, are remarkable.
DeBona has a little room to operate the lob, and he missed it over top of the goal. 22 seconds to go here in the quarter.
He did not take the Harrison Watt School of Lob shot there.
No, he didn't. I love the lob. You know that. Everyone makes fun of me. Zach was rolling his eyes at me. You got to practice it a lot.
Hey, but that was a huge weapon in the a couple games ago for the Grand Haven Jenison game.
Up top, Hudsonville trying to take a late lead going into the second quarter. Hallwerda with the left hand draws the foul. He can shoot from there. He does, and he ripped it over top of the goal. 3 seconds on the clock. So Pioneer will get the ball back, and if they can get a shot away, it'd be huge. Ruel at the buzzer.
Jeez.
Big stop there by Cooper Randall. That was labeled for the top left corner.
And actually, Cooper Randall had to make one of his better saves today on that shot. That was from Never Never Land, and it ended up being a great save.
At the end of the first, Pioneer and Hudsonville tied at 1 here in the MWPA network. We're going to take a quick break here, bring it back with the start of the second quarter next. Second quarter about to get underway here from the state championship game, and we hope you're tuned in because it's a good one. It's tied at 1 between Hudsonville, who scored 27 seconds into the contest, And then it was Pioneer. Zach Edwards on the goal for Ann Arbor Pioneer. Some history for the Pioneers, 12-time state champions. A win today would tie them with Rockford for the most all time. Hudsonville is trying to be the first team ever to win both the boys and girls state championships 4 times in a row in the same year. Incredible.
In the same year?
In the same year.
Oh, both the boys and the – gotcha.
A boy-girl single school
Because
sweep.
I brought that up that it is possible whoever wins this game could win 2 state championships in 1 calendar year.
That's true. That's a good point. I'm saying 4 in a row for both. That's tough. In the middle, Packard takes it away from Micah Bale.
And Bale came up like it a little bit dinged up in the face.
Bale's issue right now is he's playing a little too far underwater. And Zach Sneathen brought that up to me. If he's up a little higher, I think he's going to start getting those calls on Luke Packard. Ooh,
I thought that was a ball under. They call ordinary foul on the Pioneer squad.
Hallwarda, look at Bale and Packard going to work on each other. It's one-on-one. Bale is in, going to be an exclusion this time on Packard. And the Hudsonville fans like that. They finally got what they wanted there. On the outside, here's Hallwarda. Draws it in. Look out. Got a big shot. Takes it.
Oh, inside 2!
They were inside 2 meters. No goal.
That's a tough one there on the Eagles. Holy cow, I did not see that one, but it was emphatically called by Austin there. And you can see Josh not happy. He said he was held inside 2.
That's a strategy that you could pull off if you get caught. But, yeah, here's a shot from the outside. Cooper Randall made a nice stop, and it's out of play. Wow.
2 meter coming up here for the Pioneer squad, looking for a potentially chance for Ann Arbor Pioneer to take their first lead.
Edwards up top, got a lot of room. He gave it into center. Sanchez Burks took the shot. It's blocked. Out of play, and it will be Hudsonville's ball.
And
I wanted to see Edwards shoot that ball.
I did too, actually.
Yeah. Was that what you were going to say?
It was.
You've been doing games with each other long enough, you start to learn each other pretty quick. Up top, Chalmers with it, got a little room, backs out, gave it back to the near side. They got Bale in one-on-one, Packard around, and a second exclusion on Luke Packard. Bad time for that. Up top, Hallwarda's got it. Hudsonville trying to take advantage.
Now, one thing I was going to make a point of is they cycle the ball around.
Up top, Hallwarda. Hallwarda thought about it, gave it one more to Chalmers, the lefty, back to the far side. Opportunity here. It's blocked up and out of play.
Another nice defensive stand there.
They're going to have to go to Jensen Wood now with Packard sitting with 2 exclusions early in the second.
Bringing the ball up the pool.
Here comes Pioneer. It's Sanchez Burks. Fumbled the pass away. Sanchez Burks works it into the near corner. Opportunity down here. DeBona to get something going. DeBona's got a driver coming. It's Farmer. Back up top. Sanchez Burks is there. Sanchez Burks upright to the far side. They got somebody wide open on that far side. Here comes the lob shot. Great save that time. It was going over top of the goal. Kept in play by Randall. And now Almeida getting into it. They're going to call the ball out, and I think this might be a 2-way exclusion here, potentially, or at least on Almeida.
Yep,
it's a 2-way
double
exclusion.
kick out. So it's going to be 5-on-5 when play continues here. You can see Josh, he's not excessively happy about the call.
Well, that's Micah Bale. That's probably why.
He gets a yellow card. I did not expect to see that one.
I was trying to fire his guys up. 1-1 the score, 4:47 to go here in the half. Both teams have all 4 timeouts. Josh Arendt has a yellow card on him. A 5-on-5 situation here.
So it's still even strength, really, you have to understand.
More space is probably better on offense for Hudsonville, though, but it's taken away by Jensen Wood.
The issue, though, as you pointed out, you're missing probably the most dominant one-on-one player in the state.
Yes. Bale is back in. DeBona draws the ordinary down the right side. Back up top, Sanchez Burks with room, takes the shot. Skipped it wide of the goal. Boy, he leaned back a little bit. Pioneer bench wants a 2-meter, but I don't think Cooper Randall got a piece of that one.
No, that was field blocked, if anything.
Here comes Hudsonville up the pool into center, one-on-one. Hallwarda, sweep shot, big stop, Ruel.
I like that, though. That's what's going to have You're going to have a player like Hallwarda quickly get a shot in and force the tempo up.
You have to get shots away quick against this good center D by Pioneer. Driver coming, Jensen Wood into center. The crash comes. Up top, DeBona's got it. DeBona thinking about it. DeBona into center. Here's Sanchez Burks, leans back to shot, he scores! Gabe Sanchez Burks makes it 2-1 Pioneer, their first lead of the day.
But what a pass from DeBona. That you could not have gotten a better pass than that pass right there, Harrison. Oh my goodness, on the drive, puts it on the dime, and they're able to convert.
3 minutes, 44 to go in the second quarter. Hudsonville behind the first time. Here's Bale. Bale in traffic, fouled from the top. They got a man wide open on the backside. They get it there. Opportunity, big stop, Matt Ruel.
Ruel, when they needed him most, comes up with a huge save, allowing Pioneer to keep the lead 2-1.
Up the right side, here's Almeida. Almeida walks it up the right side, looking for someone backdoor, doesn't have anything. Now he goes into center, trying to get back to it is Farmer, an exclusion in the middle. In the middle, that's Casey Fields going to the corner now. Almeida drops it back up top. Here's Edwards. He had the first Pioneer goal. Does he have another one in him? Gives it far side instead for Sanchez Burks. Sanchez Burks across the formation. Here's Almeida. A couple of pump fakes. Thinking about it. Back across. Sanchez Burks got a little room. Pump fakes back to Almeida. Almeida in, shoots and scores. It's 3-1 Pioneer.
Oh my goodness, the back and forth between Burks on that one and Almeida. That's absolutely what we preach, what you need to do to a good goalie like Cooper Randall. You got to get him moving back and forth. They did. Finally, the open angle was there. He took the lane, put the biscuit in the basket, and with 2:58 to go in the first half, it is Pioneer with a 3-1 lead.
Timeout for Hudsonville here, and this is probably just a settle-down timeout. The one thing Pioneer's doing such a good job of on defense is scrambling up the middle of the pool, not giving much space. I think Hudsonville's got to give themselves a little bit more space on offense to operate. Let their good shooters go to work here.
Absolutely, and I think all it's going to take is one goal that's not from the hole set from the outside that will relax this Hudsonville team, because as you said, they're just such a deep team. And while I still believe that Micah Bale is just short of Clark Kent, they have so many weapons on this team, and they're just going to need a goal from somebody from the outside to help them pick up the pace. On the flip side, there's two things I want to make reference of. One is you already talked about the whole set defense right now for Ann Arbor Pioneer. The other one, I've been really impressed with their 6-on-5 defense. The first time I thought it was really sloppy. They got away with one with the inside 2 meters. But after that, they did a better job of having the 3 guys between the posts deny everything and 1 guy swimming back and forth from the outside shots.
This Hudsonville crowd getting up in front of us right now, just in front of the camera. Apologies if it's screened a little bit. Rockford and Jenison players have joined the Hudsonville crowd here cheering for Polo West. Up top, working it around the outside. Here is Hudsonville trying to get back on the board, trailing it 3-1. On the outside, they wait for the drive. It backs out to the top side. Opportunity here for Dennis to survey the defense. 10 on the shot clock, trying to draw a foul out there. Can't do it. Dennis still trying to draw a foul. No ordinaries out there. Here's Hallwarda. Hallwarda at the end of the shot clock. Draws it, takes the shot. Big stop. Ruel reached out with the left hand and knocked it away. That was a great shot by Hallwarda.
I cannot believe how much zip he had in that doodah, and it took one of the better saves there by Ruel on that play.
Never changed, Joey. Inside water pass here, and it was too hot to handle that time. Coming down, it was Ari Jacob off the bench. Taken away nicely by Cooper Randall. Cooper Randall, he's allowed the 3 goals in this half. I think he's been exceptional still.
What a read there, and it's a steal for the Pioneers. Really, truthfully, as much as it's now 3-1 still Ann Arbor Pioneer with the ball, there still is not that sense of urgency yet from Hudsonville, and there shouldn't be.
Opportunity here from Jacob. Jacob into center, gave it to nobody, gave it right to Hudsonville.
I wonder if he was expecting to have a Farmer drive on that play.
Up the middle, right side, opportunity here for Hudsonville on offense. It's Staten. Staten's got 2 exclusions. Luke Packard also has 2 exclusions in the game. Ordinary foul out there, pops it, brings it in a little ways. Double set here for Hudsonville, but there's a lot of traffic in the middle of the pool now. Here's Hallwarda from the outside. Throws it back to the far side into center. It skips loose of Micah Bale. Taken away by Ruel. The center pass a little too long.
Down to 1:15 to go in the first half. 3-1 Pioneer with the lead and the ball, bringing the ball up the pool.
Here's Edwards. Cross pool pass, Jensen Wood. Wood looking at the goal from the right side. Wood back up top for Edwards. Edwards near side Wood. They work it around the outside. Not on the shot clock. Takes the skip shot short side. And they're going to say that Cooper Randall touched it. I think that hit the outside of the goal.
100%. And actually, I think the first tip was in fact by Hallwarda, and then it hit the cage. That's a break, big break for Ann Arbor.
57 seconds on the clock. Fresh shot clock now for Pioneer late in the first half. Pioneer with all 4 timeouts. Hudsonville with 3. It's 3-1 Pioneer into center. Opportunity for Edwards. Big block shot and a great one that time by Dennis. Race for the loose ball. Won by Ari Jacob, and a fresh shot clock again for Pioneer. Second chance opportunities. They've had a lot of them in this half. Here's Jensen Wood. Wood looking to go backdoor to Sanchez Burks. Sanchez Burks, and a 5-meter called.
I know the Hudsonville fans aren't going to like that one, but he was behind the defender when he attacked him. Unfortunately, to the letter of the law, that's the right call.
Sanchez Burks, it was a probable goal, they say, so he'll go to the line for the 5-meter. They will line up the goaltender.
This
Cooper
is huge
Randall.
for Cooper.
Sanchez Burks scores! It was a little bit of a changeup, actually. He beat him low left.
Wow. 34 seconds to go, and I might not have said this year for Hudsonville. This is their biggest possession of their season right now.
34 seconds to go in the half. Full shot clock here for Hudsonville, who trails it 4-1. Over the top foul by Almeida. In towards center. Here's Bale on the left hand, and an ordinary foul on Sanchez Burks. Bale kicks it out top side. Double set, Hallwarda and Bale. Now they're going to go single set to Hallwarda. Still a crash coming on him. Hallwarda gets it to his strong side. Hallwarda draws it in. Hallwarda power move, and he scores.
That was just a nice job there by Hudsonville of not getting over anxious on that one. They threw it into safe water. They continued to play their game and were able to find the back of the net.
Play call here for Ann Arbor Pioneer.
Playing for the last shot. It's 16 seconds remaining in the half. Pioneers lead is 4-2. Don's called a play here.
I think it's a cycle on that far side is what they're looking for. Here it comes. Or it's actually on this near side. They're running a bit of a cycle play. 3 on the game clock in the half. They got to get this one across the pool. Last check and shot. Sanchez Burks, and a big stop by Randall. Randall at the buzzer. It won't make it. We will go to halftime with Pioneer leading it 4-2 on Hudsonville here. We're going to take a quick break on the MWPA Network. We will bring it back with halftime coverage from the state championship game coming up next. Halftime here from the state championship game. Score is Pioneer 4, Hudsonville 2. Hudsonville's used one full timeout in the contest. Pioneer, I think, played the first half that, like, to a T, exactly what they needed.
No, absolutely. That's a great way to describe it. Don Packard, it's not like this is his first rodeo. And 18 years of coaching this Pioneer squad, he knows and he knew. He said two things. He said it to you and he said it to me. They've got to play their best game to be in this game. And we're seeing pretty close to that right now, particularly defensive. And more importantly than just regular defense is the defense on the 6-on-5. They're keeping themselves in this game. Now, if I'm a fan of Hudsonville, I know that third quarter is their quarter. I have seldom seen a team, even in the dynasty of Rockford in the 2000s to about 2016, in that dynasty, even them, I've not seen as many teams that are just so remarkable after the halftime words of encouragement from the coaching staff coming right back. And I think if you're a Pioneer, you better be ready for some kind of a change-up coming at them, because I guarantee you're going to see it.
Taking a look here at the kick-out check for Hudsonville, Dennis, Bale, and Fields with one each. Jared Staten has two. For Pioneer, DeBona and Almeida with one each. Packard with two.
Okay.
The Hudsonville fans are being revved up now by Cooper Randall right now. We'll see is Packard going to jump back in right here. I think they're going to keep him on the bench just for a little bit longer.
That's always a tough call. You're playing for the state championship. That's a really tough call.
Here's the thing with Luke Packard. You're up two. When it starts to get a little hairy, that's when you have to put him back in. But if you can maintain this lead for long enough, you can keep him on the bench longer for that fourth quarter.
But that's the woulda, coulda, shoulda. That's a second
sprint. It's Sanchez Burks. Keep an eye on Hudsonville attempting to counter at the ends of shot clocks here, trying to get something going offensively. Here's Jensen Wood. Wood got a lot of minutes in that first half. He takes a shot. It was blocked out of play. Now look at Hudsonville using their speed to create a scramble up the pool.
I don't dislike that shot, but I wish he would have crunched his abs and finished that shot.
Halwarda at the point. So look, they're not running Halwarda or Bale in center. So it looks like they're going to try something different to create a little bit more space. Drivers coming, an exclusion down there. That's Almeida's second of the game.
Very early in this third quarter, that's huge.
Up top, Bale. They work it around the outside. Great passing work, but then one pass dropped in that far side. DeBona fouls him out there. Back to Bale, the lefty. Couple of pump fakes, back down low, looking for the catch and shoot. Big stop, Ruel. And a substitution here. It'll be for Pioneer. Ari Jacob back in as Almeida will have to take a seat with two exclusions.
Nice stop there by Ruel, and that leads to from defense to offense. Golden opportunity here for Pioneer. Gets it down inside two, but great crashing defense there by the Eagles, and it's a 2-meter. He was nonchalant with the ball there. You can't do that, and it's a huge break there for Ann Arbor.
Yeah, that's a good call, but that's a tough bounce for Hudsonville there. Here's Wood up top with it. Back to Farmer. Couple of pump fakes, thinking about it, takes it, leaning sideways. A nice stop by Randall, caught it with the bottom of the elbow.
Yeah, he didn't really get much on that one, and it was Cooper Randall doing what he does best, which is stop balls from going in the back of the net.
Up top, Hudsonville working it down. Backdoor opportunity here nearly for Staten, who's back into the game for Hudsonville. Kicks it back up high to Dennis. Into center, Hallwarda leans back, takes the shot, scores! Ethan Hallwarda bombs it in. It's a one-goal game with 5:19 to go in the third.
And one of the differences there, did you see where the whole set was set up? It was not at 2.5, 3 meters. That was more at 4 to 5 meters. They were giving themselves a little bit more room there. That worked to perfection, and Hudsonville takes advantage.
Two of the better Pioneer players sitting with 2 exclusions right now and might have had an effect on that opportunity. Ethan Hallwarda, such a good player, too, at both ends of the pool. Here's Edwards. Edwards pops it, looking for help. Doesn't really have much of anything. Near side, gave it to Farmer, kicked it into center, right into a scramble. Here comes a counterattack for Hudsonville. Hudsonville's got numbers up the pool. Bale trying to cut his man off in the middle. It was Sanchez Burks. Should rather know that was Farmer. Down the middle, it's a ball under here on Hudsonville. Oh no, an exclusion from the opposite side of the pool.
They're going to talk about it. I think the ball under happened before the exclusion. The officials are going to chat about this.
What do we have?
Now I'm confused. We're going to wait. It sounds like the exclusion did come before the kick out, so it's going to be Hudsonville with a 6-on-5 here.
So Austin is talking to Don Packard right now. We'll see what we got. Don Packard's a little upset, it appears. And it will be Hudsonville's ball with a 6-on-5.
And Hudsonville used their setup timeout, I think.
It looked like it. I'm not sure, though. It hasn't come off the board yet. Up top, here's Hallwarda. Hallwarda, the shot. Scores! Bar down, we're tied.
And you said you needed somebody else to start coming from different positions, and that was Hallwarda. The last 2 goals, compliments of the very talented senior for Hudsonville, and this game is now tied 4-4.
Here's that run for Hudsonville in the third quarter. They've run it back to at least tied. Now let's see how Pioneer responds. Edwards with it. Up top, draws it in on Bale. Edwards is a shot blocker in his path. Thinking about it. Still thinking about it. Bale's draped all over him now. That's not a fun position to be in. Bale fouls him out there. Takes the shot. Skip wide of the goal, and it looked close to a 2-meter, but it just missed the net wide to the left.
So an opportunity here for the Eagles to take the lead.
Packard and Almeida still on the bench. Sorry, Joey.
No, you're fine. Now here is where it has got to be the Pioneers that settle down and return to play in their defense as they've played through most of this game.
Dennis into center, Hallwarda, and an ordinary foul. Kicked up top, here's Dennis, the lefty, back into center. Crash comes too easy for Pioneer. Timeout.
And a great timeout, I think, there by Don Packard.
Because he was getting the guy scrambled at that time, so he calls the timeout, wants to settle things down. 3:57 to go in the third. Back to even at 4-4. Hudsonville leading here the second quarter, scoring 2-0.
Well, I got to tell you, Harrison, if there's one play that we're going to have to keep an eye on as this game progresses, let's remember that we had the 2 officials call different things almost simultaneously. And while I'm not saying either one was right or either one was wrong, how interesting is the fates of the water polo gods there on that one, because if it's the ball under instead of the kick out, it's still a 1-goal lead. And to be honest with you, there was a counter setting up for the Pioneers the other way.
Well, you look back at it, and whether it was right or wrong call, the officials are mic'd up with each other and mic'd up with the director of officials, so they can all talk it over and make sure that the call is done right. So there's total insurance that the right call was made, because you have one of the best officials in MWPA history, you have the director of officials, and an official that both coaches for the state championship game also requested to be on the state championship game in Johnny Smith. So you look back at it, and it's like it's hard to be angry because you have all the right resources for good officiating in this game.
And let me be as clear as I can be. I am not second guessing what the calls were by the officials. I'm just saying that's one of those that is such a close thing. Even the fact they had to talk about it means that there were two things seen from two different perspectives. It's a matter of what happened first. That's how this game is, and it's not just about officiating. It's if you cut inside or if you don't.
Luke Packard back in the pool for Pioneer. 2 kickouts. Gabe Almeida, his friend for Pioneer, also has 2.
This is a big possession here for Ann Arbor.
Look out here on the left side of the pool. Down in front of us. Not sure if they're going to run some sort of ISO. Now it's an inside water pass that time, but they missed Jensen Wood. Wood over the top with the hard foul, and Hudsonville with good defense again. Alwerda's got nice position here on the drive down the pool as they work it up the far side. Aiden McDowell with it. Down to Fields, now down to center. Here's Alwerda, the shot! Put it over top of the goal. Leaning back, Matt DeBona had to make a huge stop.
Alwerda with 3 defenders on him. Still got a really good look.
DeBona brings it up. 3:23 to go here in the third quarter. 4-4 the score. Pioneer and Hudsonville in the state championship game. On his back is Packard, draws the foul out there, waiting for help. Doesn't really come. Now he kicks it out to DeBona on the far side. DeBona thinking about it. DeBona into center. Here's a chance there. Farmer shoots. Big stop there. Cooper Randall with a reaction save. Knocks it for a 2-meter.
I don't know how he stopped that one, to be honest with you, Harrison.
I thought it was in the back of the net.
So did I. I thought it was by him when he pulled it back in. That's just instinctive. You can't teach that.
That's a great stop by Cooper Randall. He's been excellent today.
He's been excellent all weekend.
Sanchez Burks up top. DeBona draws it in, got a little room, thinking about it, pump fakes once, twice, put it over top of the goal.
Still 4-4, 2:56 to go here in the third. Momentum, though, seems to be shifted back to the Eagles.
2:50 to go here in the third. Hudsonville trying to take their first lead since being up 1-0. Foul way out there. Into center. DeBona's at center D. Nice defense coming back by Jensen Wood. Jensen Wood is a sophomore in this game. That's a tough position to be in.
Yeah, when you got to get big minutes right now because of foul trouble on your team, you got to step up. And hopefully this late in the season, in the championship game, you're not a sophomore anymore.
Sanchez Burke kicks it to the far side to Edwards down there. Edwards draws the foul. Here comes the drive. Kicked all the way across the formation to Jensen Wood. Wood looking for help. Doesn't have much of anything. Goes back across for Edwards. The shot. Saved there, and it's a 2-meter. It hit the lane line, and Randall's a little frustrated. Couldn't hang on.
You see what's happening right now by Ann Arbor Pioneer. They're running so much traffic and picks back and forth. They're trying to cause all sorts of chaos and hope to get a junk goal, for lack of a better term.
Up top, here's DeBona. DeBona, near side, Jensen Wood. Got a little room, takes the shot. Big stop, attacking the ball that time was Cooper Randall.
He had a great angle on that one, and he sniffed it out well.
Bale was up the pool. Now he's in center, working on DeBona. DeBona and Bale battling it out in center. Taken away from the top side here by Gabe Sanchez Burks. Not sure what DeBona was doing. Both hands were up. Kind of hard to do much when both your hands are up in the air. But the Hudsonville fans did not like it. Far side, there's Edwards. Edwards into center. Here's Farmer. Sweep shot. Oh, and he just missed the net left.
Wow. That he did not go where I thought he was going to go. I thought I would go short side on that one. He went cross cage, which normally I agree with. I think that time he would have been better served going short.
Alwerda's one-on-one. Bale is one-on-one. Into center, taking away Ruel. The pass was a little too far away.
Boy, that battle right now we're seeing between Sanchez Burks.
Look out. DeBona's up the pool. He had a little space. They don't give it to him. Instead, they go to Jensen Wood. Wood's got all kinds of room. He's got Bale coming in from behind. Shot is blocked, though, by Hudsonville. Boy, an opportunity missed for Pioneer.
Head on a swivel. You have to be seeing the entire pool every second.
54 seconds to go in the third. Tied at 4. On the far side, Hudsonville works it to Alwerda. Crashes on center from Jensen Wood. Wood inches his way back out. Someone else comes back down. It's Farmer on the crash. Working it around the perimeter now. Hudsonville up top. They give it to Fields. Fields has got room. Fields can shoot. He does, and he missed it wide right of the goal. Took a hard sidewinding shot and could not put it on the frame.
2-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock here.
30 seconds to go in the third quarter. Tied at 4. Pioneer, one last opportunity to take a lead into the fourth. On that far side, that's Edwards. Actually, rather that is, yes, Edwards. Packard trying to draw his way inside. Packard trying to draw the foul out there. He's inside, cannot shoot. Now he does, but he was inside, and it's called a turnover. I don't think he knew he was inside, but you look at the official. If the hand is up,
it was cleared.
Yep. The hand is down, you can't shoot. Here's Hallwarda at the buzzer, and he missed it wide and high to the left side. We will go to the fourth quarter tied, 4-4 here in the state championship game, Joey.
Wow. I mean, if you would have told me this morning before our first game, heck, when we first got here at 9 o'clock this morning, that we would be tied 4-4 going into the fourth quarter, I would have said, liar, liar, pants on fire. Instead, we are in for a treat. This is what every kid dreams about, whether you're Hudsonville, who's won state championships before, or you're the Pioneers. You know that this next 7 minutes is going to be a defining moment in your life. I think back to the 2017 9 overtime game between Hudsonville and Okemos to decide the state championship. The craziest game I've ever called in my career. And at the end of that overtime, it was Okemos finally getting in a non-traditional goal that went in from two teams that had played water polo for over 2 hours straight. That is something that just doesn't happen. You could play back-to-back games and not necessarily play for 2 hours. The game went 2 hours and 10 minutes. People were exhausted. Right now, as we get ready for the fourth quarter, it is 4-4. It is gut check time. It's everything you've practiced, you've sacrificed. And let's not forget about this. We talked about this last week in the girls' tournament. These kids, you seeing these games are just 10% of the commitment that they put out in the year. And that other 90% includes everything from not going out with friends to the movies, not doing this, not eating inappropriate food because you have to stay in optimal condition for just this moment. 7 minutes to decide for the rest of eternity who is going to be the 2022 MWPA Boys Water Polo Champion. We want to thank you for joining us here exclusively on the MWPA Network. I'm Joey Sutherland. To my right is my tag team partner, Harrison Watt, who is never not doing his job. He's actually doing MWPA stuff right now as the secretary here. Our director and producer is Chase Joseph. He's done a spectacular job. If we can quick look over at the other one, we might miss the window. I'm just curious on our, oh my goodness, we're already at 1,000 people that have been watching this game right now, Harrison. So that's nothing short of amazing as well. As the officials get ready, the teams are back in the pool.
What an incredible weekend of water polo, Joe. It's been so much fun just to be here. The last 2 weeks have been great, really.
Absolutely. State championships are obviously fun, but when you have games like this, that makes it even more entertaining. The crowds are getting into it. Now it's hard to tell because you're hearing loud crowd cheers from both Pioneer and Hudsonville here. Both of them have a strong following.
What do we got? 7 minutes on the clock. Sprint is won by Pioneer. It's Gabe Sanchez-Burks. Packard's got it out near mid-pool. Gave it to Edwards. Edwards got a little room, draws it in. Edwards still drawing into his room. Now he goes up top to Packard, running the point. Packard got 2 exclusions on him, as does Almeida, both back in the game here for Pioneer. Opportunity, Edwards, the shot ripped it high over top of the goal, just did not finish the shot.
No, he didn't, and we talked earlier with Zach about this. I always say it's because you don't crunch your abs, but truthfully, where are you looking when you do that shot? And maybe he was looking too high.
Bale on the outside, flips it inside. Chalmers gave it away to Sanchez-Burks there. Now he draws it out of traffic, gives it back to Matthew Ruel.
What a nice job there by Sanchez-Burks at keeping that ball above water.
Right side, Edwards in a race for it. Edwards trying to turn his way inside, and a great ball under there by Dennis. Man, that's good defense.
Still tied 4-4, 1 minute gone into the fourth.
Up the pool, here's Chalmers with it. Chalmers looking into the middle. Dropped it back instead to Dennis. Dennis, right side, Staten working on Almeida. Ooh, a foul there. That was close for Gabe Almeida, who's already got 2. Up top, here's Dennis trying to go into center. He's got Hallwarda down there and one-on-one with Packard. Almeida on the far side, fouls his man, 2 on the shot clock. Now Pioneers starting to try a counter here into the middle. A great play. Holy jumping, what a stop by Matthew Ruel on Ethan Halwarda at the buzzer.
I don't know how Halwarda got anything on that. Not only did he get something on it, that was a bomb that he hit two-handed. I think, honestly, Miguel Cabrera would be happy with that hit.
DeBona in the corner waiting for drivers to come. 5:28 to play in regulation. Sanchez Burks on the outside, thinking about it, throws it into center. He got Farmer, kicks it out right into Hudsonville traffic and taken away.
Tried to get a little too pretty once again there. Might have went up back top, looked at it instead. Turnover, Hudsonville going back the other way.
Pioneers got 3 timeouts. Hudsonville with at least a full. I'm not sure if it's a full in a setup or 2 fulls right now. We'll have to get that from downstairs in a moment, but they have 2 timeouts remaining. On the far side, kicked back up top. Here's Dennis. Dennis looking into center. After it there is Packard, and the foul came before the goal.
And it was an ordinary foul, not a kick out. The crowd doesn't like it, but the whistle was clear.
Kicked outside, 9 seconds left on the shot clock, down to 6. Foul way out there. That's Staten. Staten can shoot if he wants to. He's thinking about it. Couple of pump fakes, puts it into play. Working towards center, throws it in there. Halwarda steps back, trying to get to the ball, and that's the 3rd exclusion on Luke Packard. His day is done here in the state championship game. 4:55 to play, 6 on 5. Hudsonville trying to take their first lead since up 1-0. Here's Bale, draws, left-handed, scores! Hudsonville's in front 5-4, 4:47 to play.
A great job there by the Eagles, cycling the ball around offensively, waited for it, and there's nobody I'd rather have that ball in the hand of than Micah Bale, and Bale does what he does best. He finds a way to get the biscuit in the basket, and now Hudsonville's up by 1. Watch how the defense and the offense is going to switch here for Hudsonville. This is a huge, and might I say, season-defining possession here for the Pioneers. Brings it up, left side flat.
Edwards has it, back up to DeBona. Thinking about it, takes it, saved by Randall in a big one.
The Coop cheers come as it's 5-4 Hudsonville, 4:26 to go. The Eagles now are starting to smell blood here.
Up the pool, Chalmers down to Bale. Bale into center, working on DeBona is Halwarda, floated way up top, wide open. Here's a man, Fields, big stop, Ruel. Kept it a 1-goal game with his best save of the season.
Boy, I tell you, Fields wants that one back. He did not have a good handle on that. The fact he got anything off is impressive.
Edwards draws it in, working on Bale. Edwards trying to get something to Sanchez Burks here. He does, crash coming, got to get rid of it. Great defense by Hudsonville, they take it away.
The Pioneer fans wanted a foul, but I think that was a good no call there. Long stretch pass, counter opportunity, but a good job there by Ann Arbor getting back.
Here's Fields, draws the foul, outside 5, looking into center. Crash is on Bale. They don't want to give Bale anything the rest of this game. Here's Halwarda. From distance, the shot, and a good stop that time, Ruel. And a timeout, Pioneer, with 3:35 to go.
All right, what we need you to do, Harrison, is to find out from Maddie where we're at on timeouts. It looks like we're 2-2, and I think it's 1-1 and 2, but we'll wait for a confirmation on it. 5-4. Remember, it was 4-2 Pioneers, but if you want to get even really into it, it was actually 4-1 before they scored that goal just before the half to make it a 2-goal game. That was huge. Then they scored in their very dominant, normal third period. They scored 2 goals. We go into the final stanza. The first goal comes from Hudsonville, and it's going to be a very difficult situation right now for the Pioneers to get a good look, because this Hudsonville defense right now they're on all cylinders, and over there right now that Josh Arendt is telling them, all right, whatever you do not give up something that leads to a counter or an open look. Lock down on your player. Know your number. If you're going to switch, be crystal clear on who you're switching with. That's a part of the game, especially with on the flip side, what Don Packard is doing. He's having his guys drive from the wings. They continue to drive from the 1 to the 5 and from the essentially the 2 to the 4, but inside 3. and there's just so much chaos that's going on. They've kind of gone away from that a little bit here in the second half, but that was something that was successful for them early in the game.
3 minutes, 35 to go. Pioneer with the ball, trailing at 5-4. They have trailed 1-0 and 5-4. The rest of the game, they've been either ahead or tied. Luke Packard's day is done. A tough miss to have him out of the game at this point for Don Packard's crew. Maybe not the best defensive player in the pool right now, but one of the best defensive players in the state, because there are a lot of great defensive players in the pool right now. Here's DeBona on the drive, trying to get Pioneer a goal here. DeBona trying to draw the defense to him. Sanchez Burks leads back, takes the shot, it's off the crossbar. In a scramble for the rebound, Fields is away with it and drops it back. He knew where his man was, he read it like a book.
And that's when you play with somebody so much that you can almost sense where they're at.
Dennis into center, ball skips by Hallwarda. Not a lot of contact that time, and DeBona just pushes it right back to Ruel.
Down to 3 minutes to go in regulation here.
Plenty of time here. 5-4 Hudsonville. We've seen lots of fireworks at the ends of some of these games lately. Here's Sanchez Burks into center. Leaning back is a man. It's Farmer. Couldn't draw the exclusion, but gets a foul out of it. Kicked it up top. Here's Sanchez Burks. Leaning back, looking for a lane. Pump fakes once. Doesn't shoot. Gave it to DeBona out there. Draws the foul outside. He can shoot if he wants. DeBona thinking about it, picks up, pump fakes, can't shoot, pops it, starts the clock. DeBona kicked it out. Here's Almeida. Almeida at the shot clock. Almeida takes the shot. Sucked in that time by Cooper Randall. And an exclusion in the middle of the pool on Farmer. And he tapped himself on the head and said, my bad. So a timeout for Hudsonville.
So this is huge for the Eagles. They're going to have a 6-on-5 off of the timeout here. If they're able to get the goal here, 2 goals with 2 minutes to go becomes a daunting task for Pioneer. So for Pioneer, this is going to be their biggest 6-on-5 defensive stand of their life.
Tense crowd up here around us. Hudsonville fans all in front of us and to our right, down to our left, all the Pioneer fans. It's tense in here. And you can tell, you can just kind of feel it through the microphone. Just everybody's holding their breath, waiting for this one to be over. Just about to pass the 3 o'clock hour here as we wrap up the final game of the MWPA 2022 spring season. And this is the last boys spring polo game that we will see at least for some time, because we are going back to fall polo. We are 2 months from the start date
I was just going to see.
polo.
I was looking at the early bird tournament, which will actually take place the weekend of August 16th, which actually I believe will involve Skyline and a Pioneer are the 2 teams on the boys' side, if they continue to hold true like they did the last time the boys were in the fall.
I should say this to my fiance. It will be my 1-month anniversary at that point in time when boys polo starts back up, and I want to thank her for sharing me with the Michigan Water Polo Association. I'm sure she's not so thrilled to have me gone so many weekends at the end of the year, but I will be home and we can finish planning our wedding on Monday.
Hey, what's a little wedding plan, Big possession here, 6-on-5 for Hudsonville.
Hudsonville's got the man advantage. They work it around the outside. Here's Bale to Hallwarda. A lot of lefties out there. All on the outside. Chalmers in a nice shooter hole. Chalmers popped off the goalpost. Gave it back. Here's Hallwarda. Dropped it to Bale. Bale down low. Sharp angle. Hudsonville into the middle. Into kind of a scrum. It's an ordinary foul. Ball was shot out of the pool.
The shot clock should not be reset.
7 seconds left on the shot clock. It's into center. Backhand shot. Ruel able to fight it off.
Oh, I love that backhanded decision there by Fields. He just didn't get enough on it, but he certainly caught Ruel napping a little bit, and Ruel's lucky to keep that out of the back of the net.
Cross pool. Here's Almeida with it on the long pass there from DeBona. Almeida draws it in. Almeida's got a little lane for the lob shot if he wants it. He does not take it. Up top, Farmer waits out the shot blocker. Big stop there by Randall, down to his right against the goal post.
100 seconds remaining in regulation. 5-4 Hudsonville. They've got the lead and the ball.
Thought about countering it up the pool. Instead, they'll wait, give it to Staten. Staten trying to turn it inside. Farmer fouls him out there. Crash in the middle. Here comes the drive from Hudsonville. into the middle. Here's Chalmers. Chalmers fouled by Almeida. There's a man open back door. It's Hallwarda. Hallwarda for the ball. Couldn't get there. Now a race for it, and Ruel able to come away with it. Minute 15 to go. Pioneer with 2 timeouts left. They trail it by 1. Not ready to use those timeouts yet is Don Packard. Here's DeBona. He wants them to try and get a goal here. If there's a 6-on-5, you can bet he'll probably take that timeout.
Under a minute now.
Here's Almeida. Almeida draws it into center, into a scrum. Scores! We're tied! Good gracious, it's Alex Farmer. 5-5 with 55 on the clock.
I think every Hudsonville player thought it was going to be Gabe Sanchez-Burke who picks it up. It wasn't. It was literally pick it up from on your back, throw it over yourself on a kind of a swim turn, and finds the back of the net, and we're tied at 5.
Don't count them out yet, Don Packard says. We are tied at 5. Hudsonville with the ball. 50 seconds to go in regulation. 1-on-1 in center. This is not what Pioneer wants, an exclusion in the center. They're going to try and get it back to him. 2-on-1. Hallwarda's in. Hallwarda for the game, potentially, and he scores. With the right hand, the lefty scores. 6-5 Hudsonville with 43 seconds to go.
Oh my goodness, that's how you answer, and you answer quickly. 6-5 Hudsonville captures it, and you can see right now, I thought it was a good call by the officials, but that one stings.
Packard's got both timeouts. He trails by 1. About an 11-second, 12-second difference between the shot and the game clock here. Pioneer's going to want to try and tie this one up before using one of those. Jensen Wood in. Here's DeBona. Got a little room. DeBona's got a crash coming. He turns it over on the ball under. 29 seconds to go. They got to press up the pool, and Hudsonville uses their timeout.
Holy cow. That was a great defensive play. That's one of those ones with that point in the game, you have to have that spider sense tingling, feeling that you're going to get crashed from behind. Get that one extra pass. You do not have, regular water polo at any level with the ball when it's in a half-court offense, you have usually about 2 to 3 seconds before someone's going to come from behind. You've got to know that. In that particular play, he didn't feel the late pressure coming over the top. It's going to lead to a turnover. And right now, with the shot clock turned off, Hudsonville doesn't have to do anything but keep the ball to make it another state championship.
27 seconds to go. Pioneer's going to probably have to press everywhere here. Hudsonville can drain the clock out. No shot clock remaining. Pioneer has 2 timeouts left. They can also, of course, go for the illegal timeout, but that would draw potentially Micah Bale to the line if they want to do it as a strategy to potentially get the ball back in a dire situation.
I think that would only happen at about the 5-second mark.
Yes.
And then all it's going to take is Josh Aaron to say, oh, no. Thank you.
Will Hart did that to me one time. I've told you this story. At the state championship game, in the state tournament in the 5th place game, we called an illegal timeout, and Will shook his head at us. I'd like the ball, please.
You got to know the rule book well on that one.
Ruel is out, and they're going to have to press 7-on-7. Hudsonville can shoot for the empty net for the 2-goal lead here, not for the win, obviously. There's still plenty of time on the clock if things get quirky. Good sportsmanship in the pool between Ruel and Staten on a well-played state championship game. They shook hands just then in front of us. Ball goes into the middle of the pool. Pioneer's going to have to press to steal. Popped, put into play. Here's Dennis. Dennis looking for a lane. Draws a foul out there. Throws it up the pool. Here's Ruel. Ruel outside 5. Staten can shoot for the win. Staten can't shoot anymore. And it's going the other way. Hudsonville's not allowed to shoot, and they hit the goalpost. Don Packard calls his timeout, and with 19 seconds to go, Pioneer has the ball, a timeout, and into the front court.
Wow. And right now, your heart goes out right now for Staten because he can't find a hole to crawl into as he had the empty net on that one. That's just a bad break. He was trying to finish the game right there. He got just a little bit too much on it. It hits the top of the post, and now it is the interesting part here. With 19 seconds to go, how much is this kind of giving you a feel of similar to Rockford Grand Haven in the regionals?
Little bit. Now I'm going to ask you a question here.
Okay.
There's no difference really between losing 7-5 and 6-5.
100% I bring him up.
Are you thinking? Yep.
Yep.
I think Matt Ruel is up for the 7-on-6 here.
100%, because if you get it in, the play stops for you to get him back. If you don't, you're lost anyway. Yep. And but here's where it gets even more interesting. If they score in about the first 5 or 6 seconds, now Hudsonville's out of a timeout, but Pioneer still has one. If they press and get any turnover, they're going to get one more shot at it.
We'll see what Ruel chooses to do here, or what they choose to do with him. They're putting him in the net.
Little surprised here.
Packard's got his timeout.
He must have a play he's very comfortable with.
Some coaches are. Some coaches think 7-on-6, there's too much congestion in the middle of the pool and they don't want to run it. And so you respect that from one of the great coaches in state history. Isolation here for Farmer. Farmer trying to get back to the ball. It's taken away by Hudsonville. Great defense there. Now a scramble for the ball. An exclusion out there on DeBona. And an illegal timeout by Pioneer. And Josh Aaron says, I want the ball. Smart play.
He knew.
Don Packard did exactly what I said he was going to do.
And the
Josh Aaron,
the crowd doesn't understand what's going on. They don't know the rules. That is just a great chess match. But Hudsonville is going to win the state championship here. All they got to do is get the ball, toss it once, 3 seconds will go off the clock, and the Eagles will start the celebration.
3 seconds to go. Pioneers got a timeout left, and they're going to scramble everybody into position. It's a 6-on-5 with the exclusion to DeBona. DeBona's got to go back into the corner. So there's going to be an open man in the middle of the pool, or in front of the Hudsonville bench, and the celebration will begin. Tense moment. And
yeah, I thought so. He is, because they declined the 5-meter. That allows the kick out.
There was an exclusion before.
I understand, but they declined it. So now I'm confused myself. I thought that wiped off the previous exclusion because they essentially gave it up.
I'm not sure.
But it doesn't matter. They got the ball. 3, 2, 1. State championship, Hudsonville. A lot closer than anybody thought it would be. Tip your cap to Don Packard and his boys. They played a great game. But for Josh Ahrens and the Hudsonville Eagles, it's another state championship. Harrison, I know you got to get out of here quickly. Great job here all this weekend. Go do your business. I'll wrap it up here. Nothing but congratulations right now goes both teams. That was a hard-fought, tough game. In the end, it was a phenomenal finish. Somehow finding the back of the net. The Pioneers had one last chance at trying to tie the game up, but the defense for Hudsonville was too much, and it's going to be a big W for the Eagles. They make it another championship, and for another year, both the Hudsonville boys and girls are going to be the MWPA Water Polo State Champions. Congratulations, Hudsonville Eagles. Wow, what a finish, what a game, what a season. And as Harrison pointed out just a few minutes ago, don't get too comfortable. We're going to be right back to polo in less than 2 months. So what an end to the season, folks. Now, the good news for us is you can be back on the air with the MWPA tomorrow for the All-Star game, which will be happening instead of in Ann Arbor, we're going to head over to East Lansing at the East Lansing High School Aquatic Center. That's going to just about do it for Zach, who was helping us out here today, for Harrison, for Chase Joseph, our director. I'm Joey. Thanks for listening and watching, everybody. It's been a wonderful year. It's been an honor and a privilege, and I will say one last time in 2022, thank you all for making life like putting the biscuit in the basket. That's going to wrap it up here for Chase, Joey, and for Zach and Harrison. Thanks for watching, everybody. God bless, and have a great summer.